The scariest thing about an empty house is not the disaster you can picture. It's the slow one you can't. A leak nobody hears. A policy that quietly stopped covering you. A notice taped to a door 3 states away. Today, I'm going to name every real risk of an empty house, calmly, and hand you the exact move that gets you ahead of each one. I'm Alexis with Riv Buys Properties. If you own a house nobody lives in, you've probably felt that low hum of worry that something's going wrong and you're the last to know. I want to turn that hum into a checklist. We'll walk through the real risks of an empty house in Georgia, one at a time, and the calm step that handles each. No fear selling here, just the truth and a plan. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. The scariest thing about an empty house is not the disaster you can picture. It's the slow one you can't. A leak nobody hears. A policy that quietly stopped covering you. A notice taped to a door 3 states away. So today, I'm going to name every real risk of an empty house calmly and hand you the exact move that gets you ahead of each one. Here's the principle running through all of it. The risk of an empty house is real, but it's usually invisible, which is exactly why it grows. You can't fix what you can't see, so the whole game is turning invisible risk into a visible checklist. Once it's on a list, it's manageable, and you are not behind for not having done this yet. Most people never get told any of it. Risk 1, and it's the big one. Water. Water damage is the most common and most expensive thing that happens to empty houses, and it's almost always slow. A supply line to a toilet or a washer starts to weep. A water heater gives out. A small roof leak finds its way in during a Georgia storm. In an occupied house, someone notices in a day. In an empty one, it runs for weeks. And by the time anyone sees it, you've got ruined floors, drywall, and mold. The move. Shut the water off at the main and drain the lines if the house will sit empty a while, or have someone check it on a set schedule. Water off is the cheapest insurance there is. Risk 2 is the one people never see coming, your own insurance. Most standard homeowners policies have a vacancy clause. Once the house sits empty past a set window, often 30 to 60 days, coverage for water damage, vandalism, and theft can shrink or vanish. So the worst version is a burst pipe. In a house your policy no longer fully covers. The move? Read the vacancy line in your policy. And if you'll hold the house empty, get a vacancy endorsement or a vacant home policy so a covered risk stays covered. Risk 3 is intrusion. An empty house is a target. Sometimes it's someone looking for a place to stay. Sometimes it's people stripping copper pipe, wiring, or the AC condenser for scrap, and that damage costs far more than the metal is worth. This one you can really get ahead of. The move? Make the house look lived in. A couple of lights on timers, blinds in a normal position, mail and flyers cleared so they don't pile up, and, if you can, a visible camera or motion light. Risk 4 is the one that scares people most. Squatters. Someone moves into your empty house without permission. Here's the calm truth. In Georgia, once someone is actually living there, it can become a civil matter, not a quick police removal. So you may have to go through a formal legal process to get them out. That sounds frightening, but prevention is simple and it's the same as intrusion. An occupied-looking, secured, regularly checked house almost never becomes a squatter house. We have a whole separate video on Georgia squatters, but for now, watching the house is the prevention. Risk 5 is the county. When an empty house looks neglected, tall grass, a broken window, and unsecured door code enforcement can get involved. In Georgia, many cities can post a notice, order the house cleaned up or secured, and if it's ignored, do the work themselves and bill you or place a lien. And if you live far away, that notice might sit on a door for weeks before you hear about it. The move? Keep the yard and exterior tidy even when the inside is empty. And if the house is inside a city, ask whether you need to register it as vacant. Curb appeal here isn't vanity, it's what keeps the county off your back. Risk 6 is quieter, but it adds up. Holding costs. An empty house doesn't pause your bills. The mortgage still comes due. Property taxes keep accruing. You still keep some insurance and some utilities on, and someone still cuts the grass. None of these is a disaster alone, but month after month on a house nobody uses, they drain you. The move isn't a quick fix, it's a decision. Figure out your real monthly cost to hold this house. Then decide honestly whether holding it is worth that number to you. Risk 7 ties all the others together. Distance. Almost everything on this list is survivable if you catch it early. The real danger is being the last to know. When you live hours or states away, a leak, a notice, or a break-in can go undiscovered for weeks. So the highest value thing you can do for a faraway empty house is set up eyes on it. A trusted neighbor, a friend, a property manager, or a monthly paid check-in. We have a full video on watching a house from far away, but the headline is, "Distance is only dangerous when nobody's looking." So let's collapse all 7 into one calm page, because that's how you beat invisible risk. Water off or checked on a schedule. Insurance vacancy clause read and an endorsement in place. House made to look lived in and secured. Yard and exterior maintained. City registration handled, if required. Real monthly holding costs written down. And someone with eyes on the house every month. 7 lines. Not a crisis, a checklist. Now, the honest part, managing every one of these well is completely doable. And if this house matters to you and the costs are manageable, keep it. That's a really good answer. But be honest too. If you're paying to hold a house you never visit, that's slowly failing and that's stealing your peace, then the risks aren't really the problem. The house is. There's no shame in either choice. The only bad choice is not choosing and letting the invisible risks decide for you. So where do we come in? If you've looked at that 7-line checklist and thought, I just don't have it in me to manage this from here, that's what we do. We buy houses, as is across Georgia, full of belongings, needing work, far away, all of it. You don't clean it out and you don't fix a thing, and we move on your timeline. And if what you really need is a good contractor or a property manager so you can keep it, we'll tell you that honestly. Just so it's clear, we are direct buyers, not listing agents and not wholesalers passing your contract to a stranger. When you talk to us, you're talking to the people who would actually buy the house. If the empty house is wearing on you and you want a clear next step with no pressure, click the link in the description and fill out the quick form at rivbuysproperties.com. Grab the matching guide while you're there, and if you just need a referral instead of a sale, we're glad to give you one. You don't have to watch this house alone. If the empty house has become more than you want to carry, click the link in the description and fill out the quick form at rivbuysproperties.com. We buy houses as is across Georgia on your timeline, and if you just need a good contractor, a property manager, or a lawyer instead, we'll point you there. No pressure, no obligation. You don't have to watch this house alone.